dramatic ending overnight to the frightening 11-hour standoff at a Texas synagogue. SWAT teams moving in, and all of the hostages are now safe. ABC's Maria Villarreal is live on the scene in Texas. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, but as you can see right behind me, police have this whole area blocked off around the synagogue. It'll remain like that for most of the morning as they continue their investigation. The standoff ending late last night in a dramatic way, just as it began earlier yesterday morning. This morning, all 4 hostages safe and the gunman dead after a 10-hour standoff at a North Texas synagogue.
FBI, ATF, HSI, Texas Department of Public Safety, and all of our local partners all responded. The FBI called out the hostage rescue team, which is an elite hostage rescue force out of Quantico, Virginia. I think they brought 60 or 70 people from Washington, D.C. to come and help with the situation.
The hostage negotiation team, part of the massive rescue effort, remaining in contact with the suspect throughout the day.
It's very likely this situation would have ended very badly early on in the day had we not had professional, consistent negotiation with the subject.
Police confirming the suspect, whose identity is not being publicly released, is now dead after what they called a shooting incident. The situation beginning late Saturday morning at Congregation Beth Israel, when the suspect interrupted a scheduled Shabbat service, taking a rabbi and 3 others hostage. Law enforcement officials telling ABC News the suspect claimed he had explosives in his backpack and was demanding the release of convicted terrorist Afia Siddiqui, who was sentenced to 86 years in federal prison for attempted murder of a U.S. soldier. FBI agents and local law enforcement working to figure out the connection between the hostage taker and Siddiqui. Members of a nearby Islamic center telling me about one of the hostages, Rabbi Charlie Citron Walker, and voicing their support for the Jewish community.
I know Rabbi Charlie for the last 6-7 years. We have worked as part of Interfaith. He has been somebody who has taught everybody that people come first, then the faiths, and look at all the positive things.
We are always with them, and whatever they need help, anything, we are here for them.
The release of Afia Siddiq was at the crux of the suspect's demands, but the attorney for this woman basically says she does not know him. He is not a relative of hers, and they condemned her actions, saying in part in a statement, his actions are heinous and wrong, and her case must be addressed through the court of law. Janae?
Maria, thank you so much. And right now we want to bring in ABC News contributor and former FBI agent Brad Garrett. Brad, thank you so much for being here with us this morning. Law enforcement were talking with this suspect, trying to get him to surrender for hours. How do they go about dealing with a situation like this when the suspect has taken hostages and is demanding a convicted terrorist be released from prison?
So the key is communicating with the hostage taker, which apparently occurred shortly after he has taken the hostages. So you gather information from him, you try to figure out how many hostages he has inside, you do an assessment of his state of mind, and you really try to figure out quickly, is this a guy that we can actually talk out, or are we going to have to go in and take him? And so they go on for 10 hours. During that 10 hours, they collect a lot of information. My guess is they were able to get cameras inside the synagogue, and they let the hostage rescue team then figure out a plan to get into the building in such a way that there's a minimal amount of time from when they hit the door till they can go to him, which suggests through the hostage negotiators and cameras, they located him in a particular part of the synagogue. Fortunately, they were able to do whatever they did, I presume, shoot him, and then clear everyone else out. It was really a terrific story. I've seen these not end this well. And anytime you have an Islamic type extremist or someone who sort of purports to be that, supposedly, that they can end really badly, as we well know.
And Brad, obviously the claims of having explosives only makes the situation that much more delicate. Real quick, how does the anti-Semitism in this situation impact law enforcement and raise concerns in communities across the country?
Oh, it's a big red light. I mean, driving around yesterday afternoon in D.C., I noticed numerous police cars around synagogues near my house. So, yes, the concern of copycats. I will tell you that many synagogues have their own rescue plans. They have their own internal security because they know this is potentially a daily threat.
Important information there. Thank you so much, Brad, for joining us this morning. And coming up in our next half hour, we have an interview with a mother and daughter, members of the congregation, who were watching the live stream as this all unfolded yesterday. Eva, over to you.
That's going to be very interesting to watch.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.